Open Illustrator file and create a new document with the name as character design with 1920 by 1080 pixels. Now, place your reference character design image by clicking on File, Place and select that. Embed this image. Reduce the opacity of this reference image so that we are able to trace on this. Rename the layer as BG image. Let's lock it. Create a new layer and start tracing the reference image. Start tracing the face by drawing a perfect circle using the ellipse tool. Add points onto the circular path using the Add Anchor Point tool. By using the direct selection tool, we are going to move these anchor points along with the reference image that we have. We can move the anchor points and also the anchor handles to exactly align it to the reference image. Now let's draw the hair using the pen tool. We are going to make everything a closed path so that it is easy to color these individually later. Draw the ears similarly and we are going to make it a closed path again. Draw those little lines inside. Now let's draw the eyes similarly that we did with the face. Draw ellipse, add points and just adjust it with the reference image. Or we can just draw it using a pen tool like this. Adjust the anchor points. Draw the eyeballs using the ellipse tool. Draw the nose lines. Draw the eyebrows. You can just draw one eyebrow and duplicate it and reflect it. Draw the mustache. I feel the mustache came like a straight line, so just add an extra point on it and move the anchor points like we want. Now let's draw the shirt. To make it a closed path, drawing it like this and add the inner extra lines later. So these extra lines like this. Draw the buttons using the ellipse tool and just fill it, duplicate those buttons. Draw the collar, a closed path again. Draw the hands. That's pretty easy. If you're good with the pen tool, this is all very easy. Rename it as outlines. Copy these outlines to a new layer by pressing Ctrl+Shift+V to place them at place. Hide the outlines layer. To make the face and ears as a single path, we are going to use Pathfinders. Click on Windows and then Pathfinder, and in this we are going to use the Unite key to make them as a single path. Do the same with the other ear and press Unite. Now the face and ears are in the same path. Now let's remove the overlapped lines on shirt, hands, pants and shoes. For this, we are going to add a new point on the path to be removed. Select that point and click Delete to remove the whole path. Do similarly to the hand. Oh, there is already a point on this path. So just select it with direct selection tool and press delete. So now we remove the overlapping line. Similarly do it with the other hand. And then collar. Now for the pants, select the point and click delete. For the shoes too. We are going to sort these hairlines later. Now we have the outlines which we are going to make as strokes manually. Just select all and click on the object, path, outline stroke. You can see these lines can be moved by direct selection tool like this. Rename the layer as strokes. Select each point with the direct selection tool and move around to make it look like a hand-drawn stroke. We are making the combination of thick and thin lines. Move the points for the eyes. Make the edges sharp. Make the buttons irregular by adding points using add anchor point tool and move the points using the direct selection tool. Repeat the same with the other two circles. Start moving the anchor points on pants and then to the shoes. Now let's start coloring this character. I have this color palette with the codes. Hide the strokes layer and open the outline layer, and let's start filling the outline layer. Fill it with this color. Select all the skin layers and fill it with the color. Now select the hair layers. Click on eye for the eyedropper tool and click on the color that we want to fill it with. Fill the eyeballs with black color and eyes with the white. Select the shirt path and fill it with this color. And now the collar path and eyedrop this color. Select the pants and fill it with this color, shoes with this color. Remove all these stroke lines. We have the outline path separately, so we don't need them. Now switch on the strokes layer. We need the hair alone in a different layer to avoid the overlapping like this. Rename it as hair. We successfully completed coloring this character. Now let's add some shades to this character to make it more appealing. Create a new layer, name it as lights and shadows. Imagine that there is a light source this side, so the lights will fall on this side and there will be a shadow on this side. Start drawing the lighter shade on this side with pen tool. Color it with the lighter shade of the skin color. We need this layer below the outline strokes layer, so just pull it down. Similarly, draw the lighter shadow for hair in the hair layer. Send the lighter shadow below the outline stroke. For this, right click, arrange, send to back. Now draw the darker face shadow using the pen tool. We are drawing this in the outlines layer because we need the shadow below the eyes, so we are drawing in the same layer as the fill. Now just right click, arrange and send to back, or you can click on Command Control Open Press. Select the darker shade of the face color. Similarly, draw the darker shade of the hair in the hair layer. Move this layer back to the outline stroke of the hair. Oh, I forgot to make this path as an outline stroke. Let's do it now. Draw the darker shadow for the mustache. And select the color from the hair layer. Draw a shadow for eyes. We need the eye shadows below the eyeball, so place these shadow layers in the outlines layer. Draw the lighter shadow to the body. Instead of coloring it with the darker and lighter shades of the color, we can also do it in this way. Fill it with white color and reduce the opacity so that we get a lighter shade of this. Similarly, draw the darker shade and fill it with black color and again reduce the opacity to get the darker shade of the body. In this way, complete the other 4 rotations of the character. Here you go. I've drawn all the poses in the similar way and gave them shades. Now let's try to create few other shapes using these faces. Copy the entire face and paste it at other place. Let's make him smile. For that, move his mouth and mustache, nose a little up and the nose lines up. Similarly, move the chin line down. Draw a laughing lower lip like this. Draw teeth and tongue. Actually make them a closed path so that you can color them inside. Now let's color them. Tongue with red color or pink, teeth with white, and the mouth with black. Make the mouth outline path as outline stroke by clicking on path, outline stroke, and move the anchor points. Move the eyeballs down so that I'm creating a different expression. So here I have a different facial expression. Now I'm going to add the body and give some action to this character. I have taken this gift box illustration from Freepik. I'm going to draw hands and legs for this character. Draw hands like this. And now send them to back. Draw the arms above the gift pack so that it gives the feel of the character holding it. Start drawing the legs. I want to draw a jumping character so the legs will be in the air. Draw legs, shoes, and send them back, or command open brace. Color them and draw the shadows as we drew them to the character before. Create a new layer and start drawing the outlines for the hands and legs. Convert the outline path to an outline stroke and move the anchor points to make it like a hand-drawn stroke. Similarly, I've made few other poses by adding the body to the existing expressions that we made already. Now let's make a GIF animation to show the turnaround of the character using Adobe After Effects and Photoshop. Like this. We are going to make the GIF animation using these elements. Create a new document with 10 new artboards with 200 pixels width and 300 pixels height. Copy the drawing image into this file and drag the guidelines to set the base so that we can align all the characters in the same line on different artboards. Lock the guides in a separate layer. Now we are going to separate each character in each artboard by masking them separately. Draw a rectangle on this character and select both the rectangle and the background image and press Ctrl 7 to mask it. Do the same for all the characters on different artboards. Similarly, place our illustrations also, each of them in a separate artboard. Export all the artboards separately as PNGs. Now open After Effects. Create a new document, name it as Character Rotation. Create a new solid with white color. Import all the PNG images. Don't select as PNG sequence, you have to import them separately each. Select all of them and scale as required. Now I'm going to give each layer a 5 frames of duration. Arrange all of them in a sequence and also see that all of them align with each other. I'm using the page up and page down keys to move the cursor each 1 frame. See if all the images are exactly aligned, or else we can just resize the image as required. For this I'm keeping the guidelines as reference and seeing if all the heights are the same and if all of them are aligned to each other. Let's scale them down to align with the previous character. Now we have the character moving around half the circle. Move these colored illustrations aside for now. I want to reflect this layer to complete opposite direction. For this, I'm going to make this layer as a 3D layer and rotate to 180 degrees in Y direction. The same with the next layer. And also this layer. Now place the colored illustrations after this layer and repeat the same process. So now we have the complete rotation of both the sketch and the colored illustration of this guy. See if all of them are aligned correctly with the same height. We are going to export this before taking it to Photoshop. Export, add to render queue. Click on this and we are going to make a new folder with the name rotation and export them as a PNG sequence. And render. Now open Photoshop and place this PNG sequence into it. We can crop the screen size if you want to. To export it as a GIF, click on File, Export, Save for Web. Save as character rotation and export. So here we got the GIF animation. This is it. Hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you.